Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the VK7201K. This is a Tier 10 German tech tree super heavy, and it's a vehicle that used to be one of the strongest Tier 10s in the game. I had over 4,000 average damage in this vehicle when it was in its really, really good state. And the reason why it was so good is because it had, like, 2600 DPM base, which was crazy for a vehicle with 600 alpha and tungsten, right? But of course, not all good things last, and this vehicle was nerfed. Not only did its armor get nerfed on the turret, not only did its armor get nerfed on the hull, but it also got less hit points, and the biggest nerf of all was to the DPM. The DPM is still not awful on this tank. It's like 24, 2300, which is definitely better than the 100s, but it's still a pretty big hit to this vehicle, and definitely knocked it down a few pegs. But is the VK72 a bad tank? No. It's still fairly fast for a super heavy because it features the improved suspension equipment, and it still has a lot of health. I've got 2,700, almost 2,800 health in this vehicle, with a gun that can roll 700 damage with tungsten, and that's pretty nasty. Plus, you have hull down capabilities, which is obviously really, really nice. So what are we going to do here? Well, we got the 260, and the 260 shot. So did the 183. So we're going to poke and get a nice 690 damage shell. Now, the 183 is a 20-second reload. I have less than a 20-second reload, so, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, because our team's going to kill the guy before it even makes a difference. All right, well, let's move on up. What else do we have? We have the enemy 60 TP, which, not able to shoot just yet. Aiming, aiming, aiming. If I hit that... Okay, I was about to say, if I hit that... Oh! But he hits that and pens me for 740. Oh, thank you, Wargaming. I love this game so much, guys. I can't believe that. Bro hits that shot for 740. Wow. RNG is just so freaking stupid in this game. It really is. It's not the shots that, like, you know, if I make a misplay and I get penned, I will admit that I made a misplay. That is not a misplay, dude. That is called bogus. Alright, well, we're gonna wait here. There's the T95, and, okay, guess he has that angle on me. We're gonna aim it on the lower plate and not be able to pen. Okay. Fun. Alrighty. Well then, we're not doing too good so far. It's actually going really bad. Our team's refusing to move up on that flank of the map, and they need to. There's literally nobody on that flank of the map to stop the enemy, and yet our team is just not doing anything. I don't understand it. Let's aim it on the lower plate of the T95. There you go. We do pen that shell. Nice 481. And finally, the 60 TP died. Of course, it's not going to matter at this point, because we have the M60 and everything else, but at least our team's doing something now. Okay, M60 bounced me. Pen the upper plate, 680 damage. That's obviously pretty good. Alright, we still have 1,400 health left, to be fair, so we have a lot of durability left, and that's what's great about this tank. You have that durability to, you know, just weather the storm. Alright, let's see. We got the M60, which bounces me. We have the E5 rolling off to my rear, which we do get a nice 700 damage shot into. And, well, not loving this situation we're in, but to be fair, we're doing okay, everything considered. Just back up from the T95, and still alive. Let's see what the play is here, Mr. T95, because I can tell you losing 645 of your health probably wasn't the best play to make. Our team is finally moving up, dude. Full health TVP. Could have helped me at any moment here. Could have shot any of these tanks. Wouldn't have, you know, helped me at all, bruh. It's either you get the TVP player who YOLOs immediately and kills himself, or you get the TVP player who camps in your spawn the entire game and does literally nothing. And there's no one or the other. But the craziest part about this whole game to me, is that the reason I died is because a 60 TP hit my hatch for 740 damage at the beginning of the game. That's the craziest part of this whole battle. One penetrating shell can change the entire result of a game. And it's why I get so mad when things like that happen. Because at that point, there's nothing I could have done to evade that shell, right? There's just nothing I could have done. Least accurate tank in the game, not only hits me, but massively high rolls. Like, there's just nothing you can do. But I just get so salty at moments like that, because it doesn't matter how skilled you are, it doesn't matter how good of a player you are, you just get screwed. And it hurt me there a lot. It definitely hurt me there a lot. But we still ended up dealing over 3,000 damage. We still won, and we still did... Oh. Interesting. Well... Wargaming just added the Type 5 to my press account, as you can see, but we're not here to play in the Type 5. We are here to play in the VK72. I will play in the Type 5 after this and make my recording on the vehicle. What I can tell you is that if it just got added to my account, you can expect the vehicle to be released in about a week from the time of recording. However, I recorded probably about 6 videos today, so I don't know when you're going to see this video. It's possible you'll see the Type 5 Heavy before you see this video, but we'll see. Either way, here we are on Lagoon, up against us, 60 TP, T110E5, EK4502B. Alright, we'll see what we can do. We have plenty of tanks, though, and plenty of heavy tanks, so we'll see what happens. I hate Lagoon for one reason, and it's the heavy tank crossing. The enemy team is a Marat, which means that that player could deal 740 damage in a very short amount of time, right? And the problem is, this tank is very, very easy to get caught out in the open. I hate the way Wargaming designed this map. So the best way to deal with the medium crossing is to look directly at it. That's my advice. So you can see the way I'm going to cross here. There you go, my 260 is already being shot at. But the best way to deal with this crossing is to stare directly at it like this, and then those players can't really do anything anymore. That's my advice. Now, I guarantee that Marat's going to try and poke this again. There you go, he already is. So if we sit right here, we can aim it on that Marat, and boom, there you go, 625. That is how you deal with that medium tank crossing there. Of course, our team is terrible right now. Looks like that Marat, honestly, was going to drive over here. Oh, there's a Conway. Of course, dude, of course. Of course, there's just a random Conway there. And of course he rolls me for 705 with a 600 alpha gun. I love this game, dude. I love it so much. Alright, well, we're screwed already. I can tell you that for a fact. And the reason why is very simple to actually understand. It's because we have the medium flank already on our rear. And not much I can do against medium tanks in a VK72. It's aiming on the Conway. There you go. I didn't actually mean the shoot heat, but you know what? These mediums are throwing big time. Yeah, they actually may have just thrown the game for their team doing this. This E5 needs to go. And hopefully he kills the Conway. There you go, he does. And then we're going to aim it on the Marat. And not able to high explosive pen, but you know what? That still works. I was thinking that we were going to lose this game. And it was pretty common sense. The enemy team had a big advantage on the medium flank, and they threw that advantage immediately by making the plays that they did. Let's aim it on this E5. Oh, you know what? That's even better. 750 max roll, plus a fire. That's 880 damage into that player. That's pretty good. That has put us up to 2,600 damage. And you can see how my hit points are just helping me, because I have so much HP, it's very hard for the enemy team to really deal with me, you know? Alright, well, let's see. We know that that WZ was last spotted in the back. Oh, there's the BK crossing. Boom. Wow! Wow, dude, wow. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. Whoa. Whoa. Wow, I just can't believe I just got screwed like that, dude. I can't believe that. There are moments when this game irritates me a lot, and that is one of those few moments there. Wow. Alright, let's aim it on the lower plate of the 60. Of course. Of course! Of course! It misses by an inch. Dude, I'm getting really salty. The level of RNG and everything that I'm experiencing right now is pretty awful. I'm going to ignore the 60, and I'm going to shoot the WZ and take that player out of the game, because that guy needs to go. Then my teammate can get that clear. We're still over 3,000 damage. To be fair, we are over 3,000 damage, but... Whew! Dude, I get salty sometimes, and this is one of those moments where I think I have every right to be salty, and I think that most of you would agree. There you go, we get the clearance of the E5 at least. Man, I cannot believe that. I can't believe that shot. Alright, well, at this point, the enemy team only has one tank left, and that would be the Grill 15. It's aiming on that grill, and that grill went behind the rock. The VK-72 did fine. That shot we missed was not the VK's fault on the side. The 60 TP one, yeah, that was just bad RNG. But the shot that we missed on the side of that VK was not the VK. That's called reticle lag. It's when the game's server is so trash because Wargaming refuses to pay more for good servers that the gun was not aligned with where I was aiming. So it shot here because that's where the server thought I was. So we still did fine. Both games were over 3K, and both games were wins. So I can't really get too mad, but man, that was a tragic result there. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video. The VK-72 is still a good tank. It's still a fun vehicle, but God, that was pain, dude. That was pain. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.